There's a reason some people rise in life, becoming masters of their craft, while others stay stuck at the same level for years. And it's not because of talent, intelligence, or luck. It's because they follow a path the samurai protected for centuries, a path almost completely forgotten today, even though it is the fastest, most reliable way to become exceptional at anything. It has 3 steps. Miss even one, and mastery slips out of reach. Today, you're not just going to learn these 3 steps. You're going to understand how they shape your mind, your discipline, and your destiny. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact blueprint the world's greatest warriors, artists, athletes, and thinkers used to rise above everyone else. You'll understand how your brain rewires itself as you move through the stages of mastery, why most people get stuck at beginner level no matter how many years they practice, the simple mental shift that instantly accelerates progress in any skill, and a step-by-step plan you can apply starting today, whether your craft is music, fitness, writing, coding, business, sports, or anything else. This video won't give you motivation, it will give you a map. Let's begin. His name was Yamato, a 15-year-old boy who believed he was already skilled. He walked up the mountain path to the dojo with confidence in his stride, gripping a wooden sword he had practiced with since childhood. He imagined duels, victories, glory. But on the first day, the master simply pointed at the floor and said, "Sweep." Yamato thought he misheard, but he obeyed. The next day, the master handed him an axe. "Chop the wood." The next day, carry water. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Still, no sword training. Yamato didn't understand. He felt ignored, underestimated, almost insulted. But what he didn't know was this: he wasn't being punished. He wasn't being held back. He had already entered the first stage of mastery, the stage almost everyone in the modern world skips. Shu is the stage where you build your foundation, and it is the exact stage 99% of people refuse to go through. Shu doesn't mean blind obedience, it means precision. It means shaping your nervous system until the fundamentals become part of your body, your identity, your instinct. A neuroscientist once said, "Beginners don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they try to control too many things at once." Shu removes the chaos. In Shu, your only job is to copy, slowly, patiently, with total focus. Not to be creative, not to be original, not to find your own style. That comes later. Right now, you're building internal structure, the invisible patterns that make skill possible. In Shu, you pick one teacher or one method. You copy exactly, down to the smallest detail. You do zero improvisation. You let the form train you. This is how. Pianists build flawless timing. Martial artists build balance and breath. Writers build clarity. Programmers build predictable thinking. Designers build visual instinct. Every master you admire survived this boring, repetitive, unglamorous stage. Most people never do. Why? Because their ego wants to be unique too early. Because repetition feels slow. Because they want results without discipline. But mastery isn't built in moments of excitement. It is built in the hours you repeat the same movement until it becomes second nature. Shu is not the beginning. Shu is the foundation that decides everything that comes after. After months of carrying water and chopping wood, the master finally gave Yamato a sword, but not to fight, to observe. He brought Yamato to watch 3 masters train. One master was fluid and graceful, one was explosive and terrifying. The third was unpredictable, switching rhythm and stance with total freedom. Yamato asked, "Which one should I follow?" The master said, "Choose none, study all." This is the second stage, Ha. In Ha, you stop worshipping a single teacher and start exploring multiple perspectives. Ha is where your understanding blooms. Here's what happens in this stage. You compare styles. You analyze differences. You extract principles. You begin understanding why a technique works. You adapt the form to your body, mind, and personality. Your creativity doesn't come from ego, it emerges from deep exposure. In modern life, Ha is the stage where a writer develops a unique voice, a musician blends styles, a coder recognizes patterns across languages, a designer starts breaking rules because they understand them. If Shu is repetition, Ha is variation. This is where you stop being a student and start becoming a craftsman. Many people reach Shu, few enter Ha. Even fewer stay long enough to reach what comes next. Years passed. Yamato grew strong and skilled, but he was still rigid. His movements were correct, but not alive. One night, the master said, "You think too much." Then, without warning, he struck. Yamato didn't block, he didn't plan, he didn't even know what he was doing. He simply moved. Something awakened, a state where action happened before thought, where instinct took over, where the body knew things the mind could not verbalize. This is Re, the stage of transcendence. In Re, the technique disappears. The form becomes natural. You stop performing. You start being. Neuroscience describes Re as low prefrontal activity, high automatic processing, effortless, fluid timing, deep procedural memory. Spiritual traditions describe it as flow, presence, no mind, oneness with action. This is where athletes become legends, where artists create timeless work, where entrepreneurs make intuitive decisions that change industries. Re isn't talent. Re is what happens when you stay long enough in Shu and Ha to earn the right to transcend them. Most people never reach Re because they quit during the boredom of Shu or the complexity of Ha. Mastery isn't complicated, it is simply rare. We live in a world that trains the opposite of Shu Ha Re. Everywhere you look, there's a promise. Learn this in 7 days. Here's the shortcut. Be original instantly. Why practice when you can hack it? People want Re, freedom, flow, creativity. Without Shu, precision, discipline, repetition. They want to express themselves without ever building fundamentals. They want to transcend the rules without learning them. But here's the truth. You cannot break form until you have a form to break. You cannot flow until you have structure to support the flow. You cannot be creative until you have patterns in your mind to create from. People feel stuck not because they're untalented, but because they are trying to skip the stages that build ability. Shu Ha Ri is the antidote, a return to depth in a world obsessed with shortcuts. It is ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience, and the only reliable path to mastery. Pick one master, one method, one course. Follow it exactly. Copy the form. Don't modify anything. Don't switch teachers. Don't chase shortcuts. Track your progress daily. Your goal is not speed. Your goal is cleanliness and precision. Step 2. Next 2 to 8 weeks. Once your fundamentals become automatic, study multiple experts, compare their approaches, identify patterns, test variations. Ask, what principle connects all these techniques? Your creativity begins here. Creativity built on understanding, not impulse. Step 3. Ongoing. This is the lifelong stage. Reduce unnecessary steps. Trust your intuition. Let your body and mind move naturally. Create without thinking. Enter flow intentionally. Is not something you do. Is something you become. Shu builds structure. Ha builds intelligence. Ri builds freedom. Follow these stages, and mastery is no longer mysterious. It becomes predictable. Mastery isn't magic. It isn't luck. It isn't reserved for the gifted. It is a path walked by warriors, artists, monks, and masters for centuries. Shu, Ha, Ri. Obey the form, break the form, transcend the form. If you follow this path, truly follow it, you will rise in ways the modern world cannot explain. But your future self will look back and whisper, "Thank you for beginning." If this video helped clarify your journey, drop a comment telling me what skill you're mastering right now. I'll reply and help you identify which stage you're in and what exactly you should do next. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe to Psychologos. Here, we're not just learning, we're transforming. If you want, I can now